The documentation of a building consists not only of the model and its projected views, but also detailed drawings and schedules. The good news is, by having a detailed model, we can automatically retrieve the necessary information. You may continue working on the current project, or open the Chapter 6 PLN ArchiCAD Solo project file to complete this chapter of the training series. Before we place details, let's clean up the content of sections and elevations. Open the 0. Ground floor and take a look at the section and elevation lines. You can see that they are not entirely in the right position. Use the hotspots of the section and elevation lines and use the drag stretch commands to align them so the elevations show the whole building. The sections cut the building at openings. Feel free to also move the dimensions if they overlap with the section and elevation lines. Break the S1 section line to make it more informative. Select the selection line and click on the midpoint to activate the pet palette. Choose the Break Section Elevation Line option to move the bottom part, and click so that it will go through the veranda door and the pocket door between the entrance and the exhibition space. Now, move the horizontal part of the section marker by clicking on the midpoint and choose the Move Section Elevation line segment. Move it to the entrance area. The mesh was not affected when the priority-based junctions were created. Therefore, we will have to use solid element operations to solve its connections to the structures. What we will do is subtract foundations from the terrain, subtract the pavement and ground floor slab from the terrain. In order to easily select the elements, let's go to the 3D window and filter the display. Open the Find and Select dialog by pressing the Command or Control F keyboard shortcut and set these criteria. Element type, wall, and please also add building material, reinforced concrete structural. Click the plus button to select the concrete foundations. This will result in 7 selected elements. Modify the element type to column and press plus again. Now 11 elements are selected. Close the dialog. Shift-click the mesh to add it to the current selection. Right-click and select Show Selection Marquee in the context menu. Now the view is filtered to the selected elements. Click the mesh to remove it from the selection. Right-click and choose Connect, Solid Element Operations. A dialog appears where we can define the connections among selected elements. Click Get Operator Elements to add the current selection as operators. Select the mesh only so the foundations will be deselected, and click Get Target Elements. Now you have 1 target element and 11 operator elements stored. Select Subtraction with Upwards Extrusion from the list of operations and click Execute. The foundation and the parts above it are subtracted from the terrain mesh, and you can see the top of the foundations. Now let's subtract the floor slab and the pavement from the terrain. Similar to the method used before, we create a new 3D filtered view and subtract the slabs from the mesh. Right-click and select Show All in 3D. Activate the Slab tool in the toolbox and press the Ctrl or Command+A keyboard shortcut to select all slabs. Click the mesh to add it to the current selection. Choose Show Selection Marquee in 3D in the context menu. Deselect the slabs on the gallery level and deselect the mesh as well. Now only the slabs on the ground are selected. Click Get Operator Elements. 2 elements will be selected. Select the mesh and click Get Target Elements. 1 target element will be selected. Select Subtraction as Operation and click Execute. To check the result, select the mesh only and choose Show Selection Marquee in 3D. Close the Solid Element Operations palette. Select the Show All in 3D option from the context menu to check out the results in the 3D view.